Today on our 2016 Acura MDX, we're going to be doing a test fit on the Thule Helium Pro 3 bike rack. It's a hanging style bike rack, as you can see. I've got it placed just to show you what it looks like. Now, what's unique about this bike rack is it can also be used on motorhomes, and it's one of the only few out there that can actually be tilted away. So on your vehicle, you're going to be able to access your rear hatch. On your motorhome, it might come in handy for accessing that spare tire or your ladder. But what's most important about that is you cannot tilt it away with the bike loaded, so we'll show you in a little bit how that works. But it secures our bikes with 3 points of contact. We've got 2 straps for our top tube, and then we've got one for our seat post tube. The one for our seat post tube is going to help cut down on some of that sway, cut down on bike-to-bike contact, bike-to-bike rack contact, and bike-to-vehicle contact. I also want to point out that it includes a cable lock, so once we get our bikes in place, we can pull the cable out of the mast and secure it here at the end. That way, we can leave our bikes and our bike rack unattended while we're away, and not have to worry about them being taken. Let's go ahead and take our bike off, though. To do so, we'll just push it on the tab and guide that strap out. I'd also like to point out that they are rubber coated. That way, they don't harm or scratch that finish. Now, if you have trouble guiding that strap out, pulling from the top, you can always push on that button. We'll take our bike off and set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and replace my straps. That way they're not hanging around, they don't get damaged. You're welcome to leave yours off until you're ready to reload your bike back up. Now, the top of the cradles are also rubber coated. It's going to provide good cushion for our bike when we're traveling down the road, and also prevent some of that scratching or abrasions that we might get. So overall, we've added about 39 inches to our MDX. Now, the nice thing is, our dual arms fold down. We just lift up on the lever here, fold those down until it locks into place. Now, this would be ideal for maybe pulling in your garage or pulling in a tight parking spot. So with them folded down, we're now at about 20 inches on the back. Our clearance between is about 11.5 inches from the mast here in the bumper. And our ground clearance at the very bottom is about 12.5 inches. Now onto that tilting feature. To do so, we'll just lift up on the lever here, and we can tilt it away. This is going to give us a little bit more room to access that rear hatch, or in this case, in the other case, on our motorhome, we'll be able to access our spare tire or that ladder. And to put it back up in position, pretty simple, just raise it up until it snaps in. Now it's going to work with 1 1/4 or 2 inch by 2 inch receivers. It is a no-tool system here. We've got an auto pin that actually engages through that pinhole, as you can see here. Once we get it lined up, we close it in, and we come over here to this anti-rattle knob, and this is going to reduce all that play and rattle within our receiver and our bike rack to make a nice solid ride for our bikes. Now it's also lockable. It's key to our cable lock up top. This way we can leave it unattended. We don't need to worry about anybody removing it from our receiver tube. But with that being said, that's going to complete our test fit of the Thule Helium Pro 3 hanging style bike rack on our 2016 Acura MDX.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.